Well, hello, my YouTube fellas and gals. So, this is my pride and joy. I have been working on this journal for over a year. It was October before last when I started her. And she is the first journal I named, and she is everything that I have learned so far since I have been crafting. And I started back in 2008 learning how, well, probably even earlier than that with digitals, but I wanted to make a creation for my store, my art room, that I'm going to sit on a shelf. And I wanted to include everything I have learned at this point. And I love the little eyelash trim. Look how spiky that is. And I want to share her with you. And she's the first one I have named. And her name is Gothika with a K. I have some copyrighted images in this that I found through the web, but I want to explain all the pieces and parts that brought this creation to me because I did a lot of shopping to get the parts I wanted. So, without further ado, she has a very wide spine. I actually got these beaded, beautiful, shiny parts from Christina Kilburn's sale. And I will tell you if I remember where I got everything, and I can't remember where. I think I specially ordered the fabric because I wanted something to match. These were cut separate. This part here, I believe is tatting. I'm not sure, but I found it at a yard sale. This picture, I just absolutely fell in love with her. I believe I found her on Pinterest. Some photos were from Pinterest and some were from just images, typing in images. So I don't know what's copyrighted and what isn't, but it doesn't matter because I'm not going to sell her. I ran the picture and scanned it. When I got it off the computer, I put secrets inside because I thought that was so cool with the way she's got her finger to her lip. These here are the metal corners. Of course, it's on all four corners. I absolutely love this lace. That's the back of her. I ran the lace all the way around. And I believe this lace did come from Esme. These are the charms and the laces, and I did buy another roll of lace at another company. So here we go. This is the tour, and I hope she comes in clear because my camera's not the best. Gothika with a K is a term for a situation in which someone sees or feels things that no one else can. I love this because it's how I feel about the creation. Sometimes I look at this and I'm like, where did this come from? Because I can't believe this came from my brain. So in the first pocket, we have there's a digital kits used throughout here that I had found to go with this. This was very hard to put together to find all the pieces. That's what took so long because there are probably, I think, like 3 digital kits included in this entire journal. But I love her. She has made me rack my brains, pull myself together, and put everything I love into one journal. This was a picture that I ran off on gray paper. These pieces here I actually found. They were pieces that I incorporated through my art program because I learned digital before the other. And then, of course, I love playing with font styles because, I mean, hello, font styles are beautiful. So I used to be a part of designing tags back in my MSN days, and we shared a lot of digital stuff that, businesses shared with us. It was just fun because we played games. It wasn't to make money with. So I found some of my old digitals that I incorporated. This was actually a part of a digital kit, and so was all the pages except for the gray ones. And of course, this is a hard cardstock. This I found online because I thought they were pretty and they meshed. I wanted to go with gray, black, and splashes of color. And then this was another part. And then, of course, I believe some of these are Tracy Fox. I found her antique-ish digitals to go really pretty with this. And then, of course, the lace. And then this was a part of a digital kit. And so was this. And then, of course, I had these beads. I wanted to use up some of my scraps. This was a part of a digital kit. Of course, I have to incorporate my blue. And then here we have a cross that I found. This actually was funny how I come across these. These crosses actually came from chokers in the dollar store. And then, of course, these are faceted pieces right here just to give it a little bit of shine and color. These little beads. And then here's the tags. I made a lot of the tags out of the tuxedo color. And all this color pages, these are all Amy's dyed pages from Darkwood Sanctuary. So I want to make sure that I incorporate the people I bought off of. This here came from Pearly Poo, my favorite, Pearl Brown. She sent free fabric that looked like this that covered my cigar boxes. So I thought that would be perfect for the tags for this journal. And then here we have another piece. This came from Pinterest. Like I said, I don't know if the ladies mostly are copyrighted, probably, because I found them on Pinterest or images. And then this is part of a digital kit. And then this lace, of course, came from various places. I literally cut up a dress that I bought from the Goodwill to make some of the laces for this journal. This here was from a digital kit, and I think this was a Tracy Fox. And then this was a Pinterest picture. And then this was part of a digital kit. I am so excited about this journal. This here was pictures that I found on Pinterest too. I actually went through my art program and I wanted to make these look like a photo booth. And of course, you have your tracing paper so you can see through. I had fun with these images. I actually made this one and I had so much fun with the borders, finding like the rope and the ribbons and the checkers. And there's cardstock. And then here is, of course, just a regular piece of, I forget what paper line that's from. That was from a paper pad. And then here was another, that digital kit is beautiful. I can't remember whose Etsy stores off the top of my head I got these from because it was like constantly searching. Then we have another dangle. Looks like a wicked cat. This is more of a softer type Gothic journal. I didn't go for the dark Gothic. And then, of course, another faceted bead. But it's a little kitty charm, making a weird looking face. This was fun. This was the envelope I made. I actually got this trim off of Spectrum Art Creations. Maddie Madison had that. And then I have a couple pictures put in here. Who didn't love NCIS? Her character was so cute that I had to incorporate. So I'm sure these are copyrighted. But I wasn't going to sell this anyways. It's my own personal use. Here was a part of a digital. And then I found this in my stash. So not cute. I can't remember who shared these MSN images, but they were fun. And then we go into this page. I tried to incorporate differences throughout the book. And of course, the beginning, it's called Welcome to My Tranquility. And then this was another page that was made with borders. This one says magical. What did the first one say? Mystical. Mystical and magical. And then this tracing paper. And then this was another border with a cat. And if you can see the images. And I actually distressed around the corners. This here was more of a, I think this was Tracy Fox. And then here was another digital kit. And another digital kit. This one here, it kind of didn't run off the way I wanted to, but I fixed it. It was like sometimes there was white lines. And then this I thought was pretty together. Then I ran a different ribbon I got from Hobby Lobby. And then this was so much fun because I wanted to incorporate something a little dimensional. So I played with two things throughout the book that did this. One is an opal polish, and the other one was Nuvo. There was this Nuvo with the gray ash that I got off in May from Crafting on a Budget. I believe I won this as a giveaway from Michelle Girly Girl, who is your crafting source. And this here I bought off in May. It's a Nuvo mousse, and that's what made this. And this is actually in natural cotton. And I did like it because it kind of gives a creamy vintage look. So these were done with stencils, and I love the stencil collection I have. And then we go into this digital, and then this page is digital, and I played with different styles of laces. I love this page. I love all the pages. And then this gives room for growth. You know, if I decide that I want to put like Halloween pictures of my grandkids or something in, I could do that, or just leave it as is. This is more for show. And then here's a page. I just like this page. I thought it was really pretty. It was like a stationery I found. Then we go into Desire. And these girls are just absolutely gorgeous for this book. And then I got another one there, a flower. And then I took a tuck on this one. This was the digital, and then this was just a card that I had to fussy cut. I think that come off a digital too. And then we have another charm. And this charm is like a copper bow, and it's got a little blue because I wanted to make it colorful on the edges, because when you stand it up, all the charms hang. It looks really pretty. Then this one has this tuck here, and this up tuck that goes up in here. But these designs are gorgeous for these pages. And then this here, I had so much fun because I love the drops, the liquid pearls that you can make. Usually I get Nuvo. I forget what brand this is, but I wanted to make something a little colorful in the middle of this, so I added a dab of blue. Oops, looks like it might not have been all the way dry, but that happens. This journal was not meant for perfection. Some of the stencils were harder to do than others, but it's okay. It was not meant for perfection to do this journal. I just wanted to incorporate everything I've learned so far. And then here's another Tracy Fox with this digital kit. This digital kit was really pretty. And then I got some smudges on these pages. I have no clue how that got there. But then we have the bird again. And then we go into the tracing paper. And then these were a blast. I actually made these and seen these made in the digital when we were online, except they actually moved. The doors would move. So I decided to incorporate this. And this kept me up. I was looking for a way to simplify the doors as simple as possible, and you'll see some of this is a little ripped because I had a struggle with different things. So I wanted to add hardware because I've never put hardware into my books except for book corners. And I was up all night trying to figure out what I could use for these doors. So I went down a rabbit hole because I was searching different images for different things, and I ended up looking and I found nose rings. Piercings is my hardware, and I just love these because they turn out perfect for my doors. And then inside there's a note, and these little notes I found that I'm going to read them. They're probably copyrighted, but I'm going to read them anyways. These came from the actual Gothic world. you know, it just came up with Gothic stuff. So I decided to copy them off and stick them in the doors. And it says, "You are there, I am here. My heart yearns for you to be near. Near so I can feel your touch, your breath on my skin I desire so much. Your absence is but a mere boundary, distance is yet another. I have found you, I so want you, I so need you to be my soulmate, my friend, and my lover. Like the jigsaw that was created when I was born, and it had just the one missing piece. Now I have found that piece. My world knits together, and may our happiness never cease." And there was a woman or a guy and a girl over here, but I just wanted to keep this part. And I do not know who wrote these because there was nothing on them to let me know, but I wanted to have a secret message behind the doors. So this is how I incorporated it. And I did use Alina's tacky glue to hold them down into place because nothing else would work. I tried Fabri-Tac and it didn't work, so I went with Alina's, and I'm pretty happy because it's holding them in place on the door, the little metal parts. But I thought this was absolutely adorable to do with a hidden secret message. And these ideas did not come easy to me. Believe me, it took some time. It doesn't want to stay down, but that's okay. It'll fly up anyways. Then over here we have a lock, and we have another advertisement. I thought the advertisements were really cool that I ran off from Tracy Fox's stash. And then here's another digital. I forget who did these digitals and the blue ones. Then I had the little pictures made of roses, and I had a blast with these because I wanted them to shine, so I used stickles. And these stickles are so pretty, and they give off a very pretty color and stuff. And then this was more of a dimensional that I had fun with. This was the actual ash that I got off in May, and I absolutely loved the way this turned out. And then, of course, my center signature is little punch-out butterflies that I have hanging off my signature. It could go up like this or lay down. It doesn't matter, but I thought those were cute. Then we go into this big journaling card, and I love how these hang with the eyelash trim at the top. Then we go here, and I found this is a set. I believe this was another digital. And then we go to the cats again. And pretty much we got little tucks here and there. And then we get another. I really like that ribbon. I found that at Hobby Lobby. And this I bought off of somebody's sale. And then, of course, I had to add a little bling. Have a little Harlequin look. I love these flowers. I mean, this digital kit was beautiful. Then we go into Sultry. And I did try to match the doors kind of to the labels of the girls and the sayings behind them. So we go into the Sultry section. We got another one. Then in this one, we have a cross and we have an envelope. These are cards that I had found when I was out thrifting. And it's got just a little Hallmark card with a little fun stuff on the bottom. But I really like this card. I thought it was gorgeous to match. And here is another cross. And then here is another one. And I wanted to try to give, I didn't have like any raven stencils, but I wanted to give it like a bird. These were so fun. These were so fun. I love the dimension that it gives. It's like in 3D when you look at it up close. Like it's just, I love it. And then here, some more laces. Another tuck, and I used, of course, some of the digital kit to make the pocket. Then we have another blue. Love that blue with the green mix. And then here's another one, and I did the beads in the corners. And we have the cats again. I kind of altered the cats with the ravens. And then here is door number 2. Under sultry, we have the hardware that's also nose ring related. See? And I turn these sideways to make doorknobs. And then when you open this one up, there's another one inside. And this says, anger. I can't believe just what you said, just how miserable can you be? Thoughts are dancing through my head if you say those things to me. You have angel looks about you, and there are blue skies in your eyes, but the gift of love forgot to give you your sentimental prize. You must think you are a goddess since your looks appear quite true. You may think yourself quite modest, but self-centered through and through. All given you, there's one thing more, the words of anger taking part. God's knocking now at your door. Ask him to come into your heart. And then this was written by Max Stein, 112:13. So if they did have their names on them, I left them because I wanted people to know who actually said this. And then that slides up in the door. These doors were so much fun to make. I didn't have a problem with the doors. They just are so adorable to be able to just turn these into the book. It's just awesome. Then we have her. She came with a digital kit. Some of the women did, not all. Then this is the center of that signature. It's got a butterfly with a white faceted bead. And then I did the flowers and then put another flower. And then in the center of this one, I did swans, black swan punch out, because I thought that was cute. Then we flipped her again and we got this big tag, and they're all blank on the back. I ran this kit off on cardstock. And then here is the ravens that came from a digital kit. And then this here was just an art picture I found that was random. And you kind of flip through and you get to another one. Some of the pictures are repeated. And then here we have a little ticket. Those were Tracy Fox's. Then here we have another tag. And this came from a picture through Pinterest, and that was stuck to the glue, so there's a little white there. But that happens. But this was a digital. Then we go into the Wishful. And I did on every single one of these, I found the borders and did the words through my art program around the pictures. I had a blast finding the borders for these two. And then we go into the blue card. This was a blue and red set. And then, of course, there's the card inside. This was a Lacey part of the digital kit. And I hung another cross on here. There was so much more I could have put in this, but I just wanted to not fill it up too full. And then she was part of a digital. I love that picture. And this was really outside my box because I'm not Gothic, but I just think this just resonated with me when I wanted to do, you know, the journal with all the art stuff. I was looking through different things, and I just really loved the pictures that were coming up. And I do like black and white themes. And this here was part of the dress that I had found. Then we got the raven again. Then we go into door number 3. So door number 3, I did a little different. I tried to hinge these up different because I wanted the laces to look different. So I'm not going to take this all the way up, but this kind of slides. It's got 2 holes and one goes into each hole, one of these. So I'm just going to slide it. I'm not going to totally remove it. just so I can get the message out. The little specks on here is from the glitter off of this thing, so I'm going to brush it off. And then under this one, we have Nightfall. And this one says, breaching silence worries glean upon my nerves as thus they lean. From realms beyond that are unseen, as nightfall lingers nigh. Why beget to me this last concern, as stir the candles onward burn, aiming the hours that slowly churn toward the grim and graven chill. Despair doth thunder upon mine ear, for outward on I shall forward steer, toward where the end is yet unclear. As nightfall lingers nigh, oh, the shadows shift and turn about, faith and hope are fraught with doubt. As from this light I am summoned out into the grim and graven chill, oh, alas, after I fade from earthly light to arrow-winged forth in silent flight, so dread thee that which lies from sight, as nightfall always lingers nigh. And I thought this was really pretty. And it says something up here, but I can't read it. It says something and something, so it might be where this came from. But I thought this was really good to go with this door and this particular signature. I kind of matched them. So we'll scoot this back down. I have it to where I can pull this one through this side and this one through this side, and then just tie it once. Or just leave it as is, but I'm going to tie it once just in case. But these doors are so awesome. They were fun to search out and find just the right ones. And that one I didn't glue down because I wanted it to stand out by itself. Then we skip through this. We have another tag. Then we have it's a bird with a red bead. And then here we have a little bit of architecture I wanted in here too. I like architecture too. And then we have the raven, the open door, the cat. And then we have another one of the cutie from NCIS and a tag to go with her. Then this was another bird stencil I did. And then we have a couple tags that goes up in here. But I believe those are still Tracy Fox. And then you go through here, and I bordered this with a lace. Then we get into, of course, my favorite. This is the last signature, and it is called Passion. And this is what it looks like, the pieces I put. I put the black roses on the bottom. These were all beautiful. I loved these borders. And then we go into this one. Love that tag and that picture. So pretty. All the photos in here was just so awesome to find. Then there's a blue stone, and it's got one of those wicked kitty cats again. And then this was a stencil. And I love music, so I wanted to incorporate, like so many of my favorite things are in this book. And I just love these images. So this goes down into that pocket. And then we get to her, which is, she was part of a digital kit. And so was this. And then, of course, this is a trim that I had bought. And then here is another butterfly with a white bead. And I hung those on the lace part. Then we get to this door under the Passion. And this was the saying on this one. Two more of the hardwares. This one says, lost soul. Locked in prison with no escape, keeping track of long lost days where my weary soul reside. Where will it reside? When there is nothing left inside, who will want my painful soul, whose actions made of me a fool? Can I ever live with myself, or in eternal darkness dwell? Can the light of truth free me, or all alone will I ever be? The fate of my life is long gone, for I have done too much wrong. And this is Argoth Moondragon, is who wrote this. I have no clue who these people are, but I really love the saying they did. And this door is so pretty. All of these doors were just gorgeous. So whoever designed them, I thank you. Look at how pretty that door is. And then this was a pretty one. It's like a window. That was part of a digital kit that I bought. And then here was another signature with a flower. And of course I put horses on a punch on this one. The only thing it's not in this is my favorite flowers, which is yellow roses and sunflowers, because they don't match the book. But I love this. Then I put 2 tucks here. This one says Mind, Body, Soul. And here was 2 tickets from Tracy Fox. And then there's a key. And here's your fortune. I really like how they blend. And then here was another one of that other digital kit. And the raven again. And then here was a flower. And then these were 2 really cute tucks that I thought looked cute. And then it goes on. Then we get to the passion page, which has the couple. And I thought this was a very beautiful Gothic couple picture. It includes the raven, and then there's the blue flowers. And then we go into this page. Was really pretty. This actually has a little bit of color mixed into it, and this was what I pulled from this, which is opal polish is what this is. But I used a paintbrush on stencils to pull this off, and then I used the liquid pearls, and I took the liquid pearls up the butterfly to make the body, and then I went around the wings in glitter to emphasize the butterfly. So this is what this looks like up a little closer, so you can see it. And then I made this a little shorter, and I really love this picture on a tag. And then here was more of the digital. And then we get to the last part, and this was pretty. It's like a little flower. I really like that charm. I think it's really cute. And then this envelope is the same as the first, but I attached this one, and it says Heartbreaker. And then on the other side, it has created by, in my initials, 2022. And then on the very last page, somebody sent this to me. And I don't know if it was from a sale or it was a Happy Mail. I'm not sure. But I incorporated her into the book. And then I had fun playing with a fancy border to surround her off of my Big Shot machine. But this is the little dangle that I think is really pretty with the flower. And of course this came from Maddie. And that's the end. And this has been the longest and best creation I have ever made. And when it sits up, it is going to look so pretty sitting on a shelf, especially when you see all the dangles hanging in the front. So this is the best creation I probably will ever make, and it was very time consuming and took forever to think of the ideas to incorporate that I hadn't played with, which was mainly the nose rings and stuff like that. It just to bring that out in hardware is just incredible. And I just really love this journal, and I'm so glad it's finished because it took forever. So please tell me what you think in the comments section. And this is also my first hidden signature. And my biggest concern was, as big as the signatures are, I was afraid that they were going to fall out when I tried to put them together, and it was heavy. So what you don't see is I did glue it in, and I used Fabri-Tac and Gorilla Glue to hold this in, and it still would not stay because these were heavy. So what I ended up doing was getting a big needle and thread, and I sewed the top and I sewed along the bottom to hold it together. And that's what it took. So just so you know, but you can't see it because it's hid by this part. But I literally had to sew them in, and trying to get this all, because this is a flimsy piece of cardboard that's actually, I believe, part of a cereal box or something like that. It's a box of food. And what I did was I had to sew these to this, and of course that was rough in itself, and then to the back of the book. And I didn't put any fabric in between because I didn't want any fabric in between. So I did it my own way. As long as it stays, that's all that matters. But leave me a comment section. Tell me what you think. And be honest and be critical too if need be. And with that, whatever time zone you're in, I hope you have a great one. And I hope you enjoyed the flip through as much as I enjoyed actually creating the journal itself. So I will see you soon. Bye.